Welcome to the clinic. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us for today's explainer. As a healthcare provider, if there's one incredibly common yet insanely frustrating issue that patients bring up to me day in and day out, it's their digestion. We all just want to feel light, energized, and healthy, right? But so often, our gut just has totally different plans for us. Well, today we're setting up a premium wellness consultation right here to tackle this exact issue. We're going to blend the very best of modern clinical science with some truly time-tested Ayurvedic wisdom.
So let's look at our treatment plan for today's session. Number 1. Modern digestive struggles. 2. Meet psyllium husk. 3. How soluble fiber works. 4. Powerful fiber combinations. 5. The Ayurvedic gut perspective. And finally, 6. Safety and daily habits.
Okay, let's dive right into this with Section 1, Modern Digestive Health Struggles.
So why is modern digestion so difficult? I see this every single day in my practice. We eat a full, supposedly healthy meal, but then our stressed out, modern digestive systems just completely stall out. Get this, studies suggest that nearly 40% of adults globally suffer from some kind of functional gastrointestinal disorder. That is a massive number of people. Instead of feeling nourished by our food, we just feel awful. It's the modern diets, the sky-high stress levels, and our fast-paced lifestyles that are leaving our bodies struggling to process what we put in them.
Listen, if you're dealing with gas and bloating, or that persistent uncomfortable heaviness in your stomach, like you've swallowed a brick, or you're having difficulty clearing your bowels, I really want to validate that you are not alone in this. It feels absolutely terrible when your system is backed up or inflamed. But before you reach for some aggressive chemical laxative to force your system to work, I want to introduce you to a much more gentle, natural intervention.
That brings us to Section 2, Meet Psyllium Husk. Meet the absolute star treatment of our consultation today. In many parts of the world, this is commonly known as Isabgul. It actually comes from the husk of the Plantaga ovata plant seed. But the really crucial takeaway here is that Isabgul is incredibly rich in soluble fiber. I always reassure my patients, look, this is not a harsh chemical laxative that's going to aggressively purge your system. Not at all. It's actually a beautifully gentle, natural way to support your body's own digestive rhythms.
And you don't just have to take the holistic word for it either. This natural remedy is firmly backed by modern clinical data. According to Medline Plus, psyllium is officially classified as a bulk-forming laxative. For chronic constipation, fiber supplementation is quite literally a frontline clinical recommendation, and psyllium specifically has fantastic, well-documented evidence supporting its efficacy.
All right, Section 3, How Soluble Fiber Works. Let's look at the biology.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is understanding exactly how it works inside your gut. The magic lies in a substance called mucilage. I know, it sounds super clinical, but the concept is beautifully simple. Isabgul is packed with this soluble fiber, and when this fiber meets water, it acts exactly like a sponge in your digestive tract, creating this thick, gluey, but highly soothing gel. Honestly, think of it as a much-needed spa treatment for your intestines.
Picture this like a sleek anime-style biological animation happening right inside your gut. Step 1, the psyllium enters and immediately absorbs water. Step 2, it expands to form that incredibly soothing gel. Step 3, this gel physically adds moisture to your stool, softening it and bulking it up. And finally, Step 4, because the stool is now soft and bulky, it gently regulates your bowel movements, making everything super easy to pass. It literally just lubricates the tracks.
Let's move on to Section 4, Powerful Fiber Combinations. In a clinical setting, we actually tailor the prescription to your specific symptoms and look at how adaptable psyllium is. For standard constipation, taking 1 to 2 teaspoons with warm water or warm milk at night just works wonders. Having stomach heat or that awful acidity-type discomfort, taking it with cold milk or water is a highly popular, really soothing remedy. And this is fascinating. If you're actually experiencing loose motions, taking Isabgul with yogurt helps normalize the stool consistency, so it regulates your intestinal function in both directions. We can also recommend some really specific food combinations to supercharge this gentle support. For instance, Basil Seeds, often called Tok Maria. You soak them for 20 to 30 minutes, mix in the Isabgul, and drink it down. Both contain that mucilage, so you're doubling the stool bulking power. Or consider black raisins, also known as manuka. Soaking a few overnight and eating them in the morning provides excellent stool softening support, which perfectly complements your nightly Isabgul. The same goes for dried figs, or anjir, which are just absolutely packed with dietary fiber all on their own.
Shifting gears a bit, Section 5, the Ayurvedic gut perspective.
And this brilliantly illustrates why I love bridging the gap between clinical data and holistic wisdom. Modern science talks about adding soluble fiber and moisture to the gut, right? Well, Ayurveda views constipation slightly differently. It often points to imbalances in the Vata dosha, which results in intestinal dryness. By providing this mucilaginous, hydrating gel, Isabgul perfectly balances Vata and Pitta by actually curing that underlying intestinal dryness. It's literally the exact same treatment, just viewed through two beautifully different medical lenses.
Finally, Section 6, Safety and Daily Habits.
Let's talk dosing. Typically, Medline Plus notes that psyllium is taken 1 to 3 times a day. However, your individual dose is absolutely going to vary based on your personal condition and what your body specifically needs. My clinical advice? Always start small.
So, the crucial point of our whole consultation today is this. You must always drink plenty of water with psyllium. Remember that sponge effect we talked about earlier? If you take it with too little water, it can actually cause gas, bloating, or even difficulty swallowing. The water is what activates the gel, so you have to hydrate vigorously.
And here's my quick professional disclaimer for the day. While this is a truly wonderful natural option, you must consult your doctor or your Ayurvedic practitioner if you're dealing with chronic conditions like diabetes, chronic acidity, irritable bowel syndrome, or chronic constipation. The same applies if you're pregnant or have ongoing medication needs, because fiber can sometimes actually affect how your body absorbs certain drugs. Personalized medical advice is always paramount.
Which brings us to the end of our consultation. So if your gut is the foundation of your health, literally dictating your energy, your mood, and your overall well-being, isn't it time you gave it the gentle, natural support it so desperately deserves? You now have the evidence-supported tools, the precise combinations, and the safety knowledge to take full control. Thanks so much for joining